Hello, welcome back to some History Maker Golf. As promised, I have the final round of the Tucson slash Phoenix slash Arizona Open at the Golf Club of Dove Mountain in Marana, Arizona. So we are to that point where the final grouping are on the 10th hole. So as you can see, this is where we stand. So for the first 9, Sam Snead shot a 4 under, and he finds himself in first place. Arnold Palmer shot a 3 under, and he is in second place, 2 strokes behind, followed with George Bayer, who is shooting 2 under, and he is at 2 behind. Gary Player, who started the round tied with Burke, both of those have dropped to 3 under apiece. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. They are both shot even rounds in the first half. So we've only got 2 people that are out of contention, but they are both just 7 strokes back, so I'm kind of keeping them an eye on them in case they are able to get back in contention. So we will start with the final a little bit of the Arizona Open. So starting off will be on hole 14 will be McMullen, John McMullen. So far he shot a 2 over on the first 9. However, he has had 2 birdies on the back 9 so far. So he is making his way back into contention. So he gets a 6, so he can get a bogey, or a birdie rather, and get a blue chip if he will play it safe, and I think that's what he will do. So that brings up Julius Boros, who is at 4 under. He shot an even round the first 9, and he has shot 2 pars, or 2 bogeys, 2 birdies as well. So he will tackle the 14th hole here, which is a normal hole with a semi-challenging green. And he rolls a 6 as well. So he's got a stack of blue chips, but I think he'll take another one as he pars the 14th. So we move on to hole 13 for Don Fairfield. So Fairfield is out of contention. We will roll on the out of contention chart. Double cordial is a good chance to get birdie, and that's exactly what he did. So he gets a birdie, so he's back to 6 under. So he's back into contention. I don't remember my first 3 tournaments. I don't remember having this many people still in contention or close to it. So we got Jay Abear, who is 6 down. He shot an even on the first round, had a bogey on 12. So he will see if he can stay in contention here with at least a par. So he gets, these are, if you get a double cordial, he actually gets a birdie as I understand it, but no blue chip. So he will take his birdie. So he goes to 5 under, or 5 behind the leader, rather, I should say. So that moves to hole number 12. Semi-daunting 3 par for Arnold Palmer. Again, Arnold Palmer shot a 3 under in the first 9, and he is parred the last 2 holes here on the back 9. So that's a 2, so that'll be on the chart. That's a 14. So he finds himself in the rough on shot number 1. So 4-1. He got a 1 on the green die. Is he a workman? He is a workman. Ball churned out of the rough. Happy roll on green in 3. A moderate putt for par. So a moderate putt for par is 1 to 5. Tempted to use that to make it an easy putt. We'll take our chances here, see if he can save his chip. and he gets a 4. So Arnold Palmer gets a par on hole 12. And that brings O'Connor, who's the only one out of contention. So he got a semi-daunting. He started the round with 6 red chips, or 4 red chips. So he has not been able to recover, and he is going to bogey. So that's not going to help him. So that'll put him 8 out. So O'Connor not having a good day. So he's done well the last 2 tournaments, but not so well this one. So that brings our leader, Sam Snead, to hole 11, which is a double cordial direct 5 par. So a good chance here for Snead to put a bigger gap between him and his competitors. So that's a 1, which means he will play the hole with a 2-2-4. So 2-2-4, is he a king or a bomber? He indeed is with his woods. So he gets a hits the sweet spot, long drive, and he gets the gallery cheers. So he will get yet another, and he has the his perk is that he's lucky, so he will always have a chip. So he needs to use some of them. So that's a 2. Is he a champion with his iron? He is. So he can go for it for a possible eagle putt. So that just might put the game away. So we're going to go for it. So we re-roll the white die. The lower, the better. And he gets a 4. So he gets to the fringe in 2, and he earns a blue chip. Another one. So he hits missed the long eagle putt, a moderate putt for birdie. So that's 1-2. So he'll use 2 of his chips, because you can use up to 2 on each hole, as I understand it, to get a gimme for birdie. So he needs anything but a 66, and he gets it. So a birdie for Sam Snead. So Sam is killing it as he goes to 5 under for the day. And that's going to bump McMullen out of contention. Fairfield out. Jay Abear to 6. Burrows to 5. Player and Burke to 4. Palmer and Bayer to 3. So Snead is extending his lead here substantially. So we got George Bayer on 11. Again, he's 2 under for the day. He parred his last hole to start the back 9. And he gets a 4, so that will be a 4-6-6 in the 5. 4-6-6. Is he a shaper? He is not. Nothing in the iron. 1. Is he hot? Bayer is not. He's neutral. So we go to the mood chart. And he is on a 5 par. He got a 6, so is he sunny? Bayer is neither one. So trouble encountered upon approaching green, a difficult putt for par. So 1-3 to get his par here. And he misses that. So that'll be an easy putt for bogey. So Bayer drops to 4 under. So you get a 6 on a 5, not what you want to do. So Gary Player, shooting even for the day, is 4 under as well. So seeing if he can, he's actually on the 10, on the 10th hole, which is a normal, difficult 4 par. So this one, everybody, all but 6, the hole plays. So he gets a 45. So he finds the fairway to the right of the green. It's on a 4, roll to 1. Is it a cordial hole? It is not. Otherwise, nicely saved from the rough to the outer edge of the green, a clutch putt for par. Player is a normal putter, so he could use this to make it 1-4. So he's going to do that. Try to get his par here if he can. He gets a 4, so that worked out well. And then, of course, he used a chip, so he doesn't get a chip for hitting that. So he will get a par to stay 4 back. And then Burke, the last golfer, on 10. And he gets a 4, so that's a 33, which is fairway on the 4. He got a 3 on the green die. It's not cordial. It's not daunting. Otherwise, a chance to atone for an earlier flub clutch putt for par. So he is a gold, semi-gold, which I actually have. You have the option to do like 1 to 4 instead of doing the decider die, or semi-rust is 1 to 2 instead of doing the decider die. So for the sake of time, that's kind of what I've been doing. So with the semi-gold, he's 1 to 4. He could do this to make it 1 to 5. And again, this is for par. So 1 to 5 for par. Oh, and he gets a 6. Oh, no. So that's going to be an easy for bogey. And he gets it. Again, I don't believe he gets a red chip either because he used the blue chip to move up. And as I understand it, you don't get any chip if you use any chip. So just the bogey. A bogey 5. So Snead extends his lead as everybody but Arnold dropped down 1 plus, or actually lost 2 in that round. So that'll do it for hole 10. The earliest group will go to 15. So you got McMullen, who is off. Got a double cordial, so he's got a good chance here, maybe to get back to 6 under. And he gets a 5, so he's only able to par it. Burrows. So good chance here to pick up some ground, perhaps. So he gets a 1-6 or a 1-4-6 on a 4. 1-4-6. Is he a legend or dynamic? And Burrows is not. Is it a firm green? It is not. So we go to the now chart. And so Burrows is actually semi-hot because he's got 1 birdie. So semi-hot. We don't re-roll, so the green die is a 1. Is he cold? He is not. Otherwise, nicely lofted to the green. And superb roll, a gimme putt for birdie. So that would be for a birdie. That's double 6s. And he gets his birdie. So how about that? Somebody finally moving up a little bit as Burrows moves to 4 off the pace. It's a birdie 3. So we move to hole 14 for Fairfield, who is off the thing here. So he's got a normal hole. So he needs a 2 or a 1 rather to get a birdie. He gets a 2. So on a normal, that's just a par. Jay Abear on hole 14. He birdied his last hole. He gets a 3, which is going to be the course playing with a 15. And he's in the sand on 1. So 4.1. We got a 4 on the green die. Is he chunky? He is not. Otherwise, effortlessly out of the bunker to the edge of the green. The buddy putt goes long, leaving a moderate second putt for par. So that's 1 to 5. So he'll use that to make it an easy. So double 6s for his par. He got it. So Abear with a par. Move to the 5 par 13th. Double cordial for Palmer. So again, Palmer in second place. 3 strokes from Snead. Needs to pick up a stroke here if he can. So that's a 4. So he gets a 1-2-6 that he will play on the 5 par. 1-2-6. Is he dynamic or direct to the green? And it is direct to the green. So a moderate putt for an eagle. And he's got a chip there, so moderate for eagle is 1 to 2, so he'll use this to make it an easy. So 1 to 4 for eagle, and we've got a match here. And he gets it. So that'll 2 strokes gained by Palmer. Awesome. Big eagle there. So Arnold Palmer making a match of it. So that's O'Connor, who is now 8 back. So we got a double cordial, so he's got a good chance to get back to within 7 here. And he gets a 2, and he does. So he's back to within 7. Big eagle by Arnold on 13. So we move to the 3-par, semi-daunting hole at 12 for Sam Snead. So I think he's going to, let's see, he can use 1 chip to see if he can take control. So is it daunting? It is not. So he will get control of the hole with his 1 chip. And he gets a 2-4-6 on a 3-par. A 2-4-6. Is he a champion with his irons? And he indeed is. So impeccable drawn, rolls inches from the hole, an easy putt for birdie. So playing the hole paid off that time. Easy putt for birdie. So he's going to use another chip to make it a gimme. And he does indeed. So Sam Snead keeping the pressure on. Birdie's his 2nd hole in a row. And that's going to bump everybody down. So I'll move Hebert off. So puts more distance between him and move Arnold 2 back. So it looks like we might have a 2-man race here. So George Bayer will tackle the 12th, and he doesn't have any chips. Let's see, make sure he doesn't have anything. So Snead is lucky. Gary Player has legend all the time. Hebert is lucky, and Fairfield is stormy. So I kind of, what I do is I try to right here anything extenuating circumstances, and then when it's their turn to golf, I always try to make sure I check it out. So to make sure I'm not missing it. And again, with Snead being lucky, he can be liberal with those chips, as he always will get 1 back if he runs out. So anyway, Bearer will tackle the semi-daunting 12th 3-par. And he gets a 2, so the course will play with a 13. He's hits the fairway. Course cam with a 3. Course cam with a 3. He rolled a 3 on the green. Is it a cordial hole? It is not. Is it daunting? It is not. Otherwise missed green, but nicely wedged. Clutch putt for par. So he's trying to get up and down. He's a normal putter. So 1 to 3. He will get his par. And he does. And so that's a clutch. So he will get that. So hanging on to par there on the difficult 12th hole. Gary Player will tackle hole number 11. Another double cordial, direct 5-par. Like get his, maybe an eagle here if he can. So the course will play with a 34. He hits the fairway. We got a 2. Is it a cordial hole? It is. Nicely played on the green in 3. A clutch putt for birdie. So he is a normal putter. So 1 to 3, he will get his birdie. And he gets a 2. So good job, Gary Player. And he gets a chip for that as well. So Gary Player trying to hang in there. Gets a birdie 4 on 11. So that gives us Burke, who is now 6 back here on hole number 11. Seeing if he can make some hay in the sunshine. And he gets a 6, so he will take his birdie. And he doesn't get the chip because that's a double cordial hole, again, as I understand it. So that moves him to 5 off the pace. So that's it for hole 11 today. We don't have any making a move, because we didn't have any B plus or B golfers when we did our third round. So we moved to hole 16 for the first group. Mullen is 8 back, so he's got a semi-daunting. So he would need a 1 decider die to get a birdie, and he misses with a par. So he will stay 8 back. Julius Boros is 5 under, so he's going to try to take control of the hole. So let's see if it's daunting or not. It is. So I play it where he can go ahead and use a second one if he wants to. So he will. So he will take control of the hole. And he gets a 2-3-6 on the 3. 2-3-6. Is he a hacker? He is not. So he will go to the experience chart, and he has normal experience. So we got on the 3 par, we got a 6. Is he an icon? He is not. Otherwise, nicely executed tee fails to hold the green, wedge to the far side, leaving a difficult putt for par. So that's 1-3. So he will use a chip to try to make it a 1-5 for par. And he makes it. So Julius able to get up and down after missing the green on the 3 par. Oop. Julius, I got the wrong golfer there. All right. Hole number 15. We move to Fairfield, who is off, so a double cordial. He might get back into the 7. He gets a 5, so that's just going to be a par. So not able to take advantage of the easy hole. A-Bear is a 7 back, so see if he can take advantage of the double cordial. He gets a 3 with the decider die is indeed a birdie. So A-Bear back in contention with his second birdie in the last 3 holes. So we move to Arnold Palmer on 14. So we got a normal hole with a semi-challenging green. He gets a 5, which will be a 13. Oh, no. So he's in the sand on 2. So he's going to try to get up and down to save his par here if he can. So a sand on 4-2. He is not sandy. He's a master. So he's good in the rough and the trees, but not so much in the sand. So hopefully it'll check for chunky because he's not that either. So anyway, we got a 4-2 on a 2. It asks for sandy. He is not. Otherwise, nicely lofted from the sand to green, an easy putt for par. So that's not too bad. So double 6s, nope. So he will save a par after eagling hole 13. So that brings us to O'Connor, who is off by 8. So we got a normal hole. So on a normal, you need a 1 for a birdie. He got a 5. So he's going to stay at par. So he will stay 8 back. Move to hole 13. And Sam Snead on the tee. Got a double cordial 5. Got a few of these on this course here at Dove Mountain. I lost my die. I hate when I do that. Okay, so he's got a 6, so he will got a 6, so he can do the birdie. So he will do that. Again, he doesn't gain a chip when it's a double cordial. But that is 3 birdies in a row for Snead. So McMullen and Fairfield, they're just way off the pace. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of their chips. They are now 9 off. So I think they are pretty much out of it. That'll move A-Bear to there. And these guys down to 6. So big 3 birdies in a row. Snead is 7 under par for the day. So the best round I've had is My first tournament at Thunderbird, Billy Casper shot a 60, so 11 under par. That's a 71 par hole or course. All right, so you got Bear on hole 13. See if he can get that stroke back. He gets a 3, which is going to be a 3-3-6. 3-3-6. Is he hot? So Bear is not. He's actually semi-cold. Is he gilded? He is not. Is he dynamic? He is not. So we go to experience chart. So we got a 3. We got a 5 par. Is he a prospect? He is not. Otherwise, perfectly red green, an easy putt for birdie. So how about that? So an easy putt for birdie is 1-4. He will use his thing to give him a gimme for birdie, which is double sixes, anything but double sixes, and he birdies. So George Bear is able to birdie the easy 5 par. So that brings us to hole 12, and Gary Player, again, who has the legend quality. So far, he was able to birdie the last hole. We got semi-daunting 3 par here, however, so he gets a 1. The course will play. Gets a 35, so he's on the course cam in the fairway there. So a 3. We got a 3 on the blue. Is it a cordial hole? It is not. Is it a daunting hole? Our decider die says it is not. That's what I do. Anytime I use the decider die, I take it out of the tray, so I know that if I need it again, that I have to roll again, because that's in the rules. So not daunting. So quietly, efficient, easy putt for par. So you'll take that on a semi-daunting hole. So he needs anything but double sixes. He gets his par. So Burke is he's shooting even for the round so far. He's got a double bogey. He's birdied 5 holes, but a double bogey and 2 regular bogeys. So he's had a tumultuous round. So that's a 4, which will be a 13. So that's the fairway cam on the 3. We got a 5 on the green die. Is it a cordial hole? It is not. Is it a daunting hole? Oh, I didn't roll the decider die that time. It is not a daunting hole. And so he has an easy putt for par, unless you have the exclamation point, which we don't. So anything but double sixes for a par. Oh, double sixes. Oh, no. So that's going to be a bogey. So that'll be a gimme for bogey. You hate when you do that. So he bogeys. So Burke misses that super easy putt. And that knocks him down to 7. So that'll do it for hole 12 today. So our first group will tackle 17. So starting out with McMullen. And again, he is way off, so he's got a normal here. And he gets a normal 3. That's a par. Boros is still within 6, so he will tackle hole number 17 here. A normal, semi-direct, semi-challenging green. So he gets a 1, so he will play it with a 3-4-4. A 3-4-4. Is he a yeoman or puny? He is not. Is it a firm green? It is not. So he will get the green cam. So a green cam on 4 with a 3 on the green die. Is it a challenging green? The decider die says that it is. First rate approach countered by tricky terrain of green. He needs a clutch putt for par. So he is a average. So that's 1-3. So if I use both of these, that will give him a 1-5. So he's going to take that because he wants to stay in contention. So 1-5 for par. and he gets a 6. Dad burn it. So it's an easy putt for bogey, and he makes it. So all those chips for nothing as Burrows bogeys out with a 5. So that moves him out of contention. So we go to hole 16 for Fairfield, who is off. So a semi-daunting. He gets a 4 on a semi-daunting is a par. So he pars the 3 par. A-Bear is off. So he's got a semi-daunting. Oh, and he got the birdie. That's what you had to have to get a birdie. So A-Bear is back in business. He's back to within 6. Hanging in there loosely. He's actually birdied 3 of the last 4 holes. So we go to hole 15, and Arnold Palmer holding on shakily to second place. Again, Sam Snead is killing it today. The crafty veterans playing some awesome golf. So that's a 2. So Palmer will play the double cordial friendly semi-direct course with a 5-6-6. 4 par, so 5-6-6. Is he a legend? He is with the Woods. A solid shot, terrific roll. The gallery cheers. And we got a 5 on the green die. Is he a hacker with the irons? He is not. Nice shot, hits the green in regulation. A moderate putt for birdie. So that's 1-2. He will try this to make it 1-4. So here we go for birdie. And he makes it with a 2. So Palmer back to within 2. Hanging in there. So he's got an eagle and a birdie in his last 3 holes. So Arnold hanging in there. So we got O'Connor, who is long gone. He's got a double cordial, so he might get a birdie out of it at least. And he gets a 3 with a decider die, so he does get a birdie. But he's still about 7 out, or maybe 8 even. So he birdies the easy 4 par 15th hole. So that goes to, bear with me a sec, I got to make one correction on my scorecard. So that brings us to the 14th. With Mr. Sam Snead. So, see if he puts the pressure on. This is a normal hole, semi-challenging green. It's a 4, so the hole will play with a 13, and he's in the sand on 2. He is not sandy, but he's not clunky either, so we'll see what happens. So sand on 2. So on the second shot, so he's not on the green in regulation. So a 4-2. We got a 6. Is he sandy? He is not. Solid strike, but not clean. The ball dies straddling the apron, between the apron and the green. A double difficult putt for par. So that's 1. So he's going to use his chip to make it difficult. So 1-3. He will save par here. So big putt for Sam Snead. And he gets a 5. So how about that? So he will miss the difficult putt. So he needs a moderate for bogey. And that's 1-5. Oh, and he gets a 6. A double bogey. So he needs an easy to keep from getting a triple bogey. Oh, he gets a triple bogey. How about that? He needed double 6s, anything but double 6s. So that's a triple bogey. So now he's got a gimme for quadruple bogey. Oh, man, a triple bogey. Wow. Sam Snead with a 7 on hole 14. That is, never had a triple bogey. Wow. So that moves everybody up 3. 1, 2, so that moves him down. That moves Palmer there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's right. So those guys that were out of contention, I'm going to have to keep an eye on them now because, again, that 3-stroke difference. Wow. Didn't see that coming. So Sam Snead having a terrible time with the putter. So that's George Bayer. So I think their leaderboard is right. When I do the final scores, it might shake out differently, so we'll see. But I think it's correct. When you have that kind of turnover, it's like a roller coaster. So big triple par on 14, or triple bogey rather for Snead, and that's my first triple bogey ever, and it couldn't come at a worse time for Snead anyway. So Gary Player on hole 13, so he's just 2 back now. Double cordial friendly direct par 5. So he gets a 2-2-3. 2-2-3. Is he a legend with his irons, or with his wood rather? And he actually is, because he got that trait as one of his perks. So he got all of that one as he gets the gallery cheers, and he gets another chip. We got a 2. Is he a champion with the irons? He's a semi-champion. Unfortunately, the decider die says he's not. Second shot sent right down the middle of the fairway, but a little short, so we got polite applause. This one you re-roll the white die. Lower the better. He got a 3. Third shot just makes the green, a double difficult putt for birdie. So he could go with the... I forget what it's called, but when you don't go for it, layup, or not layup. Well, crap, I can't remember the term. When you got a really long putt. So anyway, he could make it an easy putt for par. And we just seen what can happen with a triple bogey trying to putt. Because if he misses this one, it'll be a 1-3. He does have the double difficult. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and take the par, so that would be double 6s, and he gets the par. So Gary Player playing it safe. Let's see, wait a minute. Did I do Bayer? I don't think I did. If I did, I didn't write the score down. So I got so excited about Snead's triple bogey, I might have just lost. So we'll go ahead and do Burke, and then we'll go back and do Bayer. So Burke on the 13th. And he will take his par with the 6, or his birdie, I mean. So Burke back to within 3. So, man, that just really made a game of it. So let's go back and do Bayer, because if I did do him, I forgot it. So he was on 14. And he gets a 1, so he will play the hole with a 1-2-4. 1-2-4. Is he a duffer? He is not. Firm green, it is not. So he goes to the camera, the green cam. On a par 4, we got a 4 on the green die. Is it a friendly green? It is not. Is it a challenging green? The decider die says that it is. Tricky terrain, clutch putt for bogey. Wow. So he needs a 1-3 for a bogey, and he misses it. So that'll be a red shot. So that would be an easy for a double bogey. And he will double bogey. So that will move him down 2. So 14th, not kind today, as Snead triple bogeys it, and Bayer double bogeys it. So, wow. All right, so that'll do it for that round. So that's it for 13. So our first group are hitting the 18th. We got McMullen. So we got a normal hole here. And He gets a 2, so that's going to be a par. So he ends the day. He shot -2 on the back 9, +2 on the front 9. So he ends up with a 72 for the round. Even par. So we got Julius Burrows here on the last hole. And he gets a 2, so he will play the hole with a 3-4-4. 3-4-4. Is he a yeoman or puny? He is not. Do we have a firm green? We do not. So he will go to the green cam. So we got a 4 par, a 4 on the green die. Is it a friendly green? It is not. Is it a challenging green? It is not. Make this one and move on. A clutch putt for par. So he is a normal putter. So 1 to 3 for par. And he gets it. And he gets a chip for his efforts. Well, actually, that's his last hole, so that chip's not going to help him. So he will par the last hole, which gives him a -2 for the back 9. He was an even on the front 9, so that would give him a 70 for the day. So he shot a 2 under, so not a bad round for Burrows. He came in 3 under, so if Snead and Palmer weren't playing so well, he might have made a match of it. So now we got Fairfield on 17. So that's a normal hole. And so he gets a 4 on a normal. That's going to be a par. Bear, again, he has got 3 out of the last 4 holes he has birdied. So see what he can do here with the semi-challenging green. He gets a 4. That's going to be a 14, and he is in the rough on the first shot. So he gets a 4-1-6. Is he a master at recovery? Bear is not. So Troublesome Lie produces uncomfortable shot. Follow-up iron to the fringe. A double difficult putt for par. So, So this could be one of those you worry, because if he misses this one, it's 1 to 3 for difficult, 1 to 5 for moderate. If he just takes his bogey, he would get an easy putt for bogey. So he's going to do that. Easy putt. He makes it for bogey. So Bear with the bogey, having trouble out of the rough. If he had been a master recovery, he could have done much better than that. But normal recovery ends up with a bogey. So we move to 16, par 3 for Arnold Palmer, who is now leading this tournament thanks to Snead's meltdown on 14. So Palmer has an eagle and a birdie in his last 3 holes. So he gets a 1. So he's able to play this hole, which is a semi-daunting. He gets a 1-1-3 on a 3 par. 1-1-3. Is he a hacker? He is not with his irons. So a moderate putt for birdie. Moderate putt for birdie is a 1 to 2. And he gets a 6. So that will be an easy putt for par. And he gets his par. So Arnold hangs in there on a relatively tough hole. O'Connor is out of it, so we will roll for him on a semi-daunting. Oh, he gets a 6, and that's going to be a bogey. So O'Connor just having a rough day. Started out with all those red chips. It just wasn't his day. So that brings us to 15 for Snead, trying to get 14 out of his mind. A triple bogey. Seeing if he can regain his composure here. I think that was that a 4 putt that he had? I think it was. At least a 3 putt. So and he's lucky, so he always gets a chip. So we got a double cordial 4 here, so hopefully he can turn his fortunes around. So he gets a 4, so he will play the hole with a 2-3-3. A 2-3-3. Is he a king with the wood? And he is. Ball flies true. Beautiful shot. The gallery cheers. Another chip for Mr. Sneed. He got a 2. Is he a champion with the irons? He is. Lofted directly to the pin. Bites hard. A gimme putt for birdie. So that's double sixes here. Of course, he had that happen once today already, but he makes that one for a birdie. So Sam Snead ties up Arnold Palmer. So nice recovery by Snead there. A lot of guys would fold after a triple bogey. But he gets a birdie to get back to tie. So that's Bayer. George Bayer on 15. So he will give control to the hole because that's a get rid of that chip. A decent hole to give control to. So he gets a 12. So he hits the fairway with a 4. Fairway course cam. So that's a 1. Is it a cordial hole? It is. Accurate shots, a clutch putt for birdie. So 1 to 3. He's a normal putter, so 1 to 3 for birdie. And he misses it. So that will be easy for bogey, or par rather. And he gets a chip for missing that clutch putt. So that would be, that was a par. He was going for bogey. All right, 14 and Gary Player, who finds himself 2 back. Couple blue chips to play with. So that's a 1. So he will play the hole with a 5-5-6, if I can get my finger to move that dice. 5-5-6 on the 4 par. Said 5-5-6. Is he a legend with the woods? He is today. That's the second time that he got that trait at the big, before the 4th round. So that has come in handy. That's actually the 3rd time he's hit it. I hit it once in the first 9. Longest shot of golfer's day. The crowd applauds. The gallery cheers. So that gives him 3 chips. We got a 6. Is he a hacker? He is not. Accurate shot, lands on green, but gets a regrettable roll, a difficult putt for par. So he can use 2 of these to make it an easy putt, and he's going to do that. So 1 to 4, and he has a birdie. Oh, and he gets a 5. So easy for. Oh, he gets double 6s. Oh man. So that's going to be a gimme for bogey. Oh, and he makes it. So Gary Player with a bogey. Ouch. And again, he doesn't get a chip because he gave up a chip to get that. So 5 for Player. So that hurts. All right, so you got Burke on 14. And he gets a 5, so that's the course with a 25. Course cam on a 4. He gets a 3 on the green. Is it a cordial hole? It is not. Daunting hole? It is not. Chance to atone for earlier flub. Clutch putt for par. So he is semi-gold, so 1 to 4. He will get a clutch putt for par. Oh, and he gets a 6. Man, not good rolls on these putts today. So that's a gimme for bogey. And boy, he just about missed that. So he bogeys and gets a red chip for his efforts. So some golfers falling apart here. All right, so that's it for 14. Go back to 18. So we got Fairfield, who's off the course. So he's got a normal, or out of contention. He gets a normal 5. That's a par. So he shot a 1 under on the back 9, 1 over. So he shot an even 72 today. Jay Abear, see what he can do here with the 18th. And that's a 6. So I think he's just going to take the points. Looks like he's tied for fourth. That's in the top 10. Now, he don't have anything to lose because, again, if he misses this, he'll because you only get points for second and third. And one of these guys will be second. He'll be third. He could tie for third, which would give him more points. So he's not going to lose anything if he drops to fifth. So he's going to go for it. So you go for it on 4. All right, so you re-roll this. Need a low number. He gets a 2. So on a attack the green on 4, barely on green, but makeable, a difficult putt for birdie. So 1, he makes the birdie. And he misses it. So that's a moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. And he makes it. So he didn't come out none the worse for trying. So A-Bear ends up with a -1 for the back 9. He shot even on the front 9, so that would be a 71 for the day. Second best so far to those in the clubhouse, to Burrows, who had a 70. All right, so that is Arnold Palmer on 17. And that's a 2, so he will play it with a 3-3-5. 3-3-5. Is he a king with the woods? Palmer is not. Is he a hero with the irons? He is not. So he goes to experience, and he, at this point in his career, his experience is neutral. So we are on a 4 par. We got a 5. Is he a prospect? He is not. Green in regulation, a moderate putt for birdie. So 1 to 2, and he gets a birdie and takes the lead. Gets a 6. So that would be an easy putt for par. Anything but a 66, and he gets his par. So Palmer hangs in there. So O'Connor, who is way out of it, he's on 17. That's a normal. Oh, and he gets a birdie. So how about that? O'Connor hanging in there. So that moves to Snead on 16. Again, he's got a couple chips there to play. So it's a semi-daunting, so he's going to try to take control of the hole. Is it daunting? It is. So he'll use his second chip to take control of the hole. Again, he's lucky today, so he'll get one back next hole. So he gets a 156 on the 3. 156. Is he a hacker or gilded? Snead is neither. So he goes to the experience chart. And he is an icon at this point in his career. So he gets a 1 on the 3. Is he a prospect? Nope. Let's watch this again on the replay. Beautiful shot. Gimme putt for birdie. So anything but double sixes, and he takes the sole lead, and he does. So Snead coming through, bouncing back after that disaster on 14. Arnold Palmer now one back. Snead takes the sole lead here on the 16th hole with a 2-putt birdie or 2-shot birdie. So George Bayer, he's got one red left, but he's not going to concede to this hole, hoping for a 1 or 6. He gets a 2, so he should have conceded as he gets a 34. So that's going to be the course cam. On a 3 par, got a 3 on the green die. Is it a cordial hole? It is not. Is it a daunting hole? It is not. Missed the green, but nicely wedged. Clutch putt for par. So he is a 1 to 3. So a clutch putt for par, and he misses it. So that'll be another red die. So he needs a moderate for bogey. And he makes it. So 6 back for Mr. Bear as he bogeys number 16 with a 4. All right, so Gary Player on 15. Double cordial, friendly green, direct, 4 par. He gets a 5, which just knocked that over. He gets a 12, so that's the course cam with a 4. He got a 6. Is it a daunting hole? It is not. 2 great shots, chance to convert, clutch putt for birdie. So he is a normal putter, so 1 to 3. He'll use his chip for a 1 to 4 for birdie. And he gets a 4, so he doesn't get a chip because he used a chip, but he does get the birdie. So Gary Player with a birdie on 15 moves him 3 strokes back of the leader, Sam Snead. So we got Burke here on 15. So he's got 1 chip left, so he's not going to try to use it here. He gets a 2, so he does get control of the hole. Actually, this would have been a good place to give control of the hole. So he gets a 1-4-6 on a 4 par. 1-4-6. Is he a utility? He is not. So we go to the experience, and he is an icon. On 4, we got a 1. Is he a prospect? He is not. What a shot. Give me putt for birdie. So that's anything but a 66, and he's the 4 under. And he makes it. So easy putt for birdie, or gimme putt rather. And so him and Player both birdie number 15. And that's it for 15 today. So we got three groups left. So we are going to start with Arnold Palmer on number 18, 1 stroke down. He has a semi-direct. He doesn't have any chips left. Down by 1. He gets a 2, so he will play the hole with a 4-5-6. 4 par. 4-5-6. Nothing. Go to golf cam green. So golf cam green. We got a 4 par, a 5. Is it a friendly green? It is not. Is it a challenging green? It is not. Well played from tee to green. Easy putt for par. So that would be anything but double 6s, which we've had enough today. So Palmer will par it. So that gives him -3 for the back 9 for a total of -6. So that would give him a 66. So a nice day for Arnold. A 66. Yep, that's -6. He had an eagle on 13. No bogeys on the back 9. He only had 1 bogey for the day. He bogeyed 6. So very good. So O'Connor has a normal here. And he gets a 3, so that'll be a par. So he actually did a -1 on the back 9, which is a +2 total. So that's a 74 for the day, which is the worst round everybody's had so far. So we got Snead on 17. So this right here could be the golf game. So he's semi-challenging, and he is a lucky, so he will get that chip back. So he's actually birdied his last five of his last 6 holes, sandwiched around that triple bogey. So interesting day of golf for Sam Snead. Oh, so I think that he will take his par and run, as he got a 6 there. So that's a par. George Bayer here on 17. So he's got 2 chips, so he's got to get rid of them. So he's going to concede to the hole and hope for the best. So he gets a 56, and so that's going to be in the sand on his first shot. 4.1. He got a 2. Is he sandy? He is not. Otherwise, I'm on 2 here. Yeah, 2. I was looking at 1. Otherwise, burst out of the bunker into the fringe of green, birdie birdie putt short, but sets up an easy second putt for par. Anything but 66, and he gets his par. Ooh, 56. So he pars 17. Gary Player on 16. 3 strokes down. Oh, wow. So he is in third all by himself, and there's points for that. He's 2 strokes off of Palmer, so he's going to take his par. Which is a 3. And take his green chip, see what he can do on the last 2 holes. So that brings us to Burke, Jack Burke Jr., and he's going to, he's got 17 and 18 left. He'll go ahead and concede to this one because the chances are really high that he will end up conceding to the hole anyway. He gets a 2, which he would have. So that's a 15. He finds the course cam on a 3 par 5. Is it a cordial hole? It is not. Is it a daunting hole? Unfortunately, the Decider Die says it is. Nice save from rough. A clutch putt for par. So Burke is semi-gold. So that's 1 to 4. And he clutches for a par. And he does. So he gets his par. Gets a blue chip for his efforts. So he will stay 4 back. So 4 golfers left. So we got Sam Snead on 18, stroke up. This is a normal hole, so I think he's got 2 chips, so he's going to take control of the hole with number 1. And so he gets a 3-3-3, so that could be great or that could be really bad. You really don't want to see that. So he's got a special result on a 4 par, so we have to re-roll. And that's a 16. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lost ball, 5-minute search, Decider Die. If the bullet, it's found, the green in 3. So, and I didn't use the bullet. So actually, I guess I need to go. That's how I do it. So he didn't find the ball. The ball was lost. Tee off again. Add 2 strokes. Man, this is bad. All right, so 2 strokes here on 18. So he gets a 2. So he will play it with a 3-4-6. 3-4-6. Is he a bomber or dynamic? And he is not. Overshoots the green, but not by much. So he gets a 4. Is he stone? He is not. So an easy putt for par. So this is actually going to be an easy putt for double bogey. Man. And he makes it, but he double bogeys. So that's going to knock him down 2. And that moves everybody else up 2. I'm going to have to do some calculating here because I'm sure that I've got something off. All right, so Snead with a double bogey to end the round. I will say this is the craziest tournament I've had so far. So double bogey, so that ends up with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he actually ends up with an even for the back 9, oddly enough. A -4, so he shot a 68. All right, so Bayer here on 18. He will concede to the hole to get rid of that chip. And so that's a 46. It's a course cam on a 4. Got a 3. Is it cordial? It is not. Is it daunting? It is not. A clutch putt for par. So 1 to 3, and he gets a par. And he gets his par. So Bayer with a par. So he had a 1, 2, 3, 4 over on the back nine. He had a -2 on the front nine, so that's a +2. That's a 74 for the day, which is tied for worst with O'Connor. So you got Gary Player on 7, so he is close to something good here. So I'm going to have to calculate the scores here when I get to the end. So he's got one left, so he's going to play it here and hope for the best. So the course plays with a 12, so he gets the cam. He gets a 6. Is it a daunting hole? It is not. 2 great shots, a chance to convert, a clutch putt for birdie. So he is a 1 to 3. He will use this to make it a 1 to 4 for birdie. And I missed the tower. And he makes it. So I think he's tied with Palmer. So a clutch putt for birdie. So that gives us Burke here on 17. And he gets a 3, so that he will play it with a 2, 4, 5. A 2, 4, 5. Is he a legend with the woods? He is. So ideal tee shot, straight and true. The gallery cheers. And he gets a 5. Is he a hacker? He is not. Nice shot, moderate putt for birdie. So he will use both of these for a gimme for birdie. And he makes it. So that puts him there, I believe. So he birdies. Okay, so I'm going to pause this real quick, tally up our scores, because we still got Player and Burke to shoot the 18th. So I want to see what the scores are so I can see where we're at. Be right back. Okay, so after calculating things, Arnold Palmer is leading. He has a 271. Snead finished with a 272, so Palmer is 17 back. Snead is 272. He is 1 back from Palmer. Burke is shooting 270, and Gary Player has a 269. So we got Burke and Player left. So he needs, if he shoots, he'd actually need an eagle here to tie Palmer. So, because he's at 269. So Gary Player will go first. So again, it looks like Palmer has won the tournament. I think that's right. Yeah, he would need an eagle. So he gets a 4. So I think that he will take the par. And that'll put him tied for second, if I calculated correctly. So that's a -2 for the back nine, -2 total. He shot a 70. That's a 273. Make sure I calculated this right. It's -2. He shot even. 2, 2. Yep, even on the front nine. -2 on the back nine for a 70. He started with a 2. That's a 273. So he was actually one worse than I thought. So a 273 is good for 15 back. So that's actually third place. So Burke. And he gets a 3, so he will play the hole with a 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 on a 4. 4, 5, 6. So that's green cam automatically. We got a 4. We got a 4 on the green. Is it a friendly green? It is not. Challenging green? It is not. Clutch putt for par. Burke is semi-gold, so 1 to 4. He will make the par. Oh, he will get a bogey. So this is for bogey, and he makes it. So that hurt. Man, I got a lot of those today. So he bogeys. So that puts him at even for the back nine. So that's a 72 for the day. And he started out with a 203, so that'll be a 275, which puts him is a 288 course, so that's minus 13. So, in first place is Arnold Palmer, 17 back. Sam Snead, who had a heck of a round, ends up in second with a 16. Gary Player ends up third with a 15. Burt comes in fourth with a 13. Burrows and Hebert tie with a 12. And then Bayer, O'Connor, Fairfield, and McMullen all end up at 10 under. So Arnold Palmer has won his second tournament in a row. So he has 2 wins. Venturi has 2 wins. Palmer has actually made the TV round in all 4 tournaments. So so that will do it from here in Arizona. The tournament will go to Texas. I got to see if I can. There was a Texas Open and a Houston Open. I do have one Texas golf course, which is Colonial, but there actually is a Colonial tournament later in the year, so I'm going to see if I can find a home-brewed Texas course to have a Texas Open, and then we move to Florida, then maybe a North Carolina, and then the Masters. So that's kind of the upcoming, again, just trying to make a tournament somewhat like the 1958 season with the golf courses that I have available. So an exciting one here, kind of a crazy one. Again, this is the most crazy one I've had so far. But Arnold Palmer wins his second tournament in a row here in Arizona with a minus 17 for his second win in a row and second of the season. So I appreciate it very much, and I will see you next time.